What is going on, guys, gals, non-binary pals? It's your boy Artisan Kane, and we are coming at you with another SPC battle. This week is week 4. We're in season 2, and we are playing Edd Boy, a newcomer to the draft league format, and his squad, the Coalsack. So as you can see over here, is his team, and we'll review that here real quick. A pretty unorthodox squad, and we have Galarian Corsola, Gudra, the Umbreon Espeon duo, the duo of Appleton and Flapple, two weather setters in Ninetales and Politoed, and then rounding out the team is a couple non-fully evolved Mons in Clefairy and Golbat. So first thing you see looking at his team, you don't really see that top tier Mon. You don't have that Mon that you're totally scared of, right? But this team makes up for it in other ways, in bulk, in a lot of utility, um, passing wishes to each other, spreading status. The unpredictability with the weather can be an issue. And then obviously looking at it, you got 3 not fully evolved Mons. So the pretty big issue for him is, which ones are you gonna bring? If you bring any of them, like, you have to consider the item clause in the league, for a Violite, stuff like that. Um, the other thing, looking at his team, rocks is a big issue for him. Any hazards, really, because his only way to deal with that, or his primary way to deal with that, I should say, is Espeon with Magic Bounce, and Golbat being his defogger. Um, and then as far as like offensive pressure, Specs Ninetales could be an issue. Espeon also with something like a Specs set. Um, Ninetales a nasty plot, something like that. Um, so there are some different things he can do with these mons. Um, so again, one of the big things about draft league is the unpredictability factor, and that's one of the main things we see with this team. We really don't know what we're gonna get because there's so many mons that you see among other teams, but not really in this combination. So that oddness of not knowing what is pairing with what makes it a little bit more difficult to figure out what his strategy is going to be. But anyways, like I said, rocks is a big issue, and we will go into what the mon that we're going to lead with, and that's going to be Piloswine. Um, like I said, rocks is a huge issue for him. If we can get rocks up early in the game, that's fantastic. Obviously, it is fodder for Espeon Magic Bounce, but depending on what we see him lead with, we might be able to just throw up rocks anyways. If he switches to Espeon, good on him for predicting, rocks going up. But the other things that Piloswine can do for us is we've got those ice shards that can hit pretty hard, those stab ice shards. And then the combination of EQ and Icicle Crash deal heavy damage to most of his team. Again, looking at his team, you don't really see anything that fears, or sorry, you don't see anything that can take an EQ well. I mean, you have Golbat, obviously, that is immune to it. Um, and I guess, like a defensive Polito, defensive Espeon aren't taking much from it. Appleton, obviously, super, super bulky Mon. Its typing doesn't really fear EQs, but the rest of the team, can't really take them. So if we can get some damage on, with Piloswine, great. Otherwise, I'm totally happy with just rocks and then getting some ice shards for chip damage too, or to revenge kill some mons or something. That would be really, really cool for Piloswine to do. This is the first week we're bringing Piloswine, actually, so definitely want to start off with a bang with this mon. Next, we're going into Weavile. We're gonna bring an SD set this week. Choice Band is so tempting to just smash knockoffs over and over, especially with the speed tiers. If you look at his team, his fastest mon is Espeon, base 110, I believe. After that, it's Ninetales at 100, and then it kind of really peters off there. Golbat is like 90. and then after that, I mean, we get to like Gudra, which is 80. But Gudra, he has a lot of mon. It'll be interesting to see if he brings a Scarfer and what mon ends up being Scarf. Scarf Espeon does make sense to help deal with stuff like Weavile, uh, but I don't think Weavile really fears Espeon too much, to be honest with you. Obviously, Triple Axle is our primary stab move for that ice coverage. He's got a lot of mons that fear ice. Um, Knockoff is awesome for picking off mons. Obviously, blows things like Galarian Corsola, Espeon out of the water. And then again, the speed tiers are just super nice for us in this matchup, especially for Weavile. So again, outside of Scarfers, Weavile's not really fearing much. It'd be really nice for some revenge kills, picking off things, especially late game. If we can keep Weavile healthy, that's perfect. Then next is who I absolutely love in this matchup, and that is Specs Tapu Lele. Uh, Specs Lele, if you look at the calcs, especially after rocks damage, this thing goes in. It wouldn't surprise me if this thing can get some rack up some kills this week. Um, we have Moonblast, Psyshock, our dual stab coverage. You got Shadow Ball there also. If we can predict an Espeon switch in or something like that, we can blow it out of the water. But I mean, honestly, if Espeon comes in and we're already locked into Moonblast or Psyshock, we're just cooking those because with Specs we are modest too, so we are hitting like a truck. Um, so Tapu Lele absolutely destroys his team. Taunt could be really really good for setting up in front of mons like Clefairy or Umbreon if Umbreon's trying to wish pass or stuff like that or trying to spread status. Uh, if we can get a taunt and then switch into something else that can do big damage, that's perfect because taunt absolutely shuts mons like that down. Galarian Corsola too. Mons like that are absolutely destroyed by taunt. Galarian Corsola, I've run it a ton, and one of the main things I like to do with it is like three three other moves, and like Nightshade is your main way to deal damage. So if or like a Will-O-Wisp Hex type thing, but if you can keep that status, you can keep the hazards, stuff like that from coming into the play. It helps the rest of the team a ton. But like I said, for the most part, we're just clicking Moonblast or we're clicking Psyshock, and we're dealing big damage. Again, we have to consider the speed tiers and what might be scarfed if something comes in on us that might outspeed us. We have to be cautious of what the calcs look like on staying in or forcing a switch, stuff like that. Um, and then the last 3 months on our team, we got Choice Scarf, Blacephalon. We are running a trick set this week. And again, that's to kind of cripple some of these mons that can be irritating, like Appleton, if it's trying to sit in and Leech Seed and that kind of stuff. We wanna nix that, but we also want to make sure that we're holding on to our Scarf to make sure that we can scare things out like Ninetales, because Ninetales does outspeed Blacephalon. Like I said, I think it's base 110. So it or no, I'm sorry. 110 was Espeon. If we can scare that out with our Shadow Balls, then we put ourselves in a better position. Also, I mean, I think, yeah, just looking at the team, you got Umbreon as a Ghost Resist. The rest of the team, it's not going to be taking Shadow Balls well. Gudra could be like AV or something like that. He could be very bulky for Politoed or Appleton, but especially after a Beast Boost or two, those Shadow Balls are doing big damage. Flamethrower would be nice too if he sets up with Ninetales. He sets up Drought with Ninetales. He's only boosting us, and then Expanding Force is there to also do big damage. Mainly if we've already tricked our Scarf and we still have terrain up from Lele. Expanding Force deals big damage in that terrain. also. Next up, we've got D Knight. We are running a utility defense annoying type set this week. Heal Bell, Toxic Roost, and Dual Wing Beat. So we're keeping ourselves healthy while spreading status to the opposing team. And then we have our coverage with Dual Wing Beat to the opposing side. And then again, just looking at his team, not too much is okay with those dual wing beats. So I mean, it's pretty basic, right? Keep ourselves, like I said, keep ourselves healthy, spread status the opposition, whittle them down. Not much that he can do to totally blow us out of the water, outside of, um, you know, big boosted attacks. Um, but we have mons that can deal with that too. So like Flapple or Gudra Draco Meteors, like um, if they lower their stats and they end up taking out Dragonite, then it just welcomes in Lele to revenge kill, or even something switching in. Lele can just two hit KO most things. Um, and then we have Seismitoad here. This Toad set is to try to take advantage of if he sets up rain for us. Absolutely love Swift Swim Toad, um, but in draft format, I haven't really used much weather, um, just because I feel like it tends to lock me in the mindset of needing the weather. For example, I think Mario's been doing a really good job this season of being able to function with or without the weather in the combination of mods that he has. So, anyhow, Seismitoad helps try to capitalize on the opponent setting up weather for us. So we're Life Orb, Swift Swim. Power Up Punch is really nice if we can get that +1 and then start doing big damage with the other moves. Also, again, Knockoff deals a lot pretty well with all those Violite mons, especially Galarian Corsola. Combination of Ice Punch and EQ hits just about everything. Again, EQ is pretty free against this team, especially if he doesn't bring Golbat. Um, and then Ice Punch helps cover the dragons he has as well. And that's what we got this week. Like I said, week 4, we need to not only win, we need to win pretty big. Our division is really tight this season. We have a lot of pressure on ourselves, but it's also a lot of pressure on opponents, because wins are not only hard to come by, but the differentials are going to matter a lot, especially with how the divisions are starting to shape out. The differential is going to be a big deal. In week 2, we had a pretty bad loss, so we have some room to make up. So with that, we will try to make it up this week when we play Coalsack here in a few minutes. So thanks for watching, and here's the battle. What is going on, guys, gals, non-binary pals? It's your boy Artisan Kane, and we are jumping right into the game here. Click record a little late, but like I said in my team preview, Pilot Swine getting up rocks is going to be very important for us. So we're going to lead with that. Umbreon, Espeon, Toad, Ninetales, Gudra, and Flapple. Um, Pretty sure that's what he's brought before. So um, that means that there's not too much offensive pressure. Flapple and Ninetales are his main ways of dealing damage. Espeon, I expect to be maybe Choice Spec, something like that. Let's see what he leads with Umbreon. Okay, so that's nice. Unless he hard switches into Espeon here to Magic Bounce, rocks are pretty nice. EQ would be decent for damage, but I don't think EQ is doing much. Especially to a bulky Espeon, which I mean, it's basically the only kind of Espeon I think I've ever seen. Foul play could be annoying. Okay, yeah, curse. So he's gonna try to set up on us. That's not a big deal. That does mean we get our free rocks. Um, we can toxic this with Dragonite. Even if it is synchronized, we have Heal Bell to heal ourselves. Um, yeah, I'm not too sure what his goal here is, because so we did our job. We got our rocks up. Like I said, we can toxic this thing. Um, Tricking a scarf on it would be nice too, but I think I want to keep the scarf for now, especially with the speed tiers. Um, just because we want to make sure that Blacephalon is still able to outspeed like Espeon, especially if it's Scarf. So we land our Toxic, which is nice. Yeah, there's a Synchronize. So like I said, it's not a big deal. We've got Heal Bell here. We've also got Roost. Oh, Yawn is pretty annoying. Oh, but so the poison actually helps us. That means we can get our free heal ball off here, and he can try to yawn again in the next turn, I guess. Um, so curse yawn, what wish, I guess. But then what's the curse for? What's he cursing up for? um, because he hasn't really dealt any damage yet. We'll just click dual wing beat here, do a little bit of chip damage. Obviously, he's gotten a couple curses, so this isn't doing much. So we'll get to gauge what what the rest of it said is. Oh, so it's helmet. Okay. So yeah, so he just goes for another yawn again. I mean, that's fine. With the chip damage and the way that Toxic is eating away at it, I'm pretty sure we can just go into Lele. Let me see. Yeah, we can just Lele Moonblast here. If I remember, let me double check, but I think Moonblast was like, I don't know, 5,000,000%. 80, 80 minimum. So yeah, he can keep wishing. That's fine. Toxic is still gonna just eat him up. Uh, yeah, he's almost at half. So yeah, this Moonblast will kill. If he switches, his only fair resist is Ninetales, and I think even Ninetales is taking a decent chunk since we are specs. He stays in. Okay, so this should kill. Perfect. So we get Umbreon out of the way. That's really nice for the rest of our team, especially Blacephalon. Shadow Balls are pretty free now. Um, let's see what else. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that yawn mumbo jumbo anymore, uh, which really didn't threaten us too much. Since there's no hat, since he doesn't have any way of putting up any hazards or anything. It's not like we were having to get entry damage or anything like that. So those pivots are pretty free. Espeon, okay. Now Espeon does outspeed us if it specs. I don't think. I think Shadow Ball. Yeah, specs Shadow Ball still doesn't kill us. And based on that damage, pretty sure it's specs, but it doesn't matter. This Moonblast should kill. Yeah. Actually, no. It probably. I don't think. I don't think it was. Now, if this is specs, that would be an issue. Um. because Moonblast. Uh, yeah. It's probably just gonna go for the fire move here, so we'll just go into Seismitoad. Scout for the Solar Beam. Yeah, and he does Heat Wave. More than I'd like, but yeah, now we definitely want to switch out. We'll go into Blacephalon here. Uh, Again, we're just scouting for the Solar Beam. It doesn't look like that was Specs damage. And Shadow Ball does about half. Yeah, there's the Solar Beam. Okay, cool. So this will do like maybe 20% or so. Yeah, about a little more than 20. Um, so yeah, Shadow Ball here does a boatload, especially after that rocks damage. Um, okay, there's the switch. Politoed. So Politoed, I don't think is too KO'd by Shadow Ball. So that's a little bit annoying, but the rocks will help. I think Politoed is taking 30 something, depending on how bulky and how Spadef invested it is. Took a good chunk. Oh man, that Spadef drop is brutal because it either forces him to switch, but he doesn't have anything else that really takes Shadow Balls. Yeah, so he's just gonna give me Politoed. Yeah, because if he switches to like Ninetales there, Ninetales again takes that 50% coming in plus the rocks, and it just yeah. And we got our Beast Boost, which is nice. We got our Spatak raise. Um, he, I have to assume that Gudra. Yeah, I have to assume that Gudra is like AV or something, because that's got to be his only counter to something like this. We'll click Shadow Ball just to see. I know Gudra's super bulky to begin with, anyways. Yeah. So Draco Meteor connects. So we go down here, but that's fine. He's at -2. Um, Honestly, Lele comes in here and gets another kill. Yeah, at this point we can freely click Psyshock. He has to choose between giving me Gudra or giving me something else. Probably sacks Gudra and then goes back into Ninetales, I'm guessing. And let's no, I don't want to see that. I want to see the team. The team. There it is. Yeah, Ninetales is still there. So this should kill. There we go. Another kill for Lele, which is nice. Um, but I think we are in range of Ninetales being able to, since they outpace us here. Uh, I think even a Heat Wave. Let's see, Heat Wave. Yeah, Heat Wave in the sun still does a lot to us. So we're gonna have to switch again. Um, we can go Dragonite. We don't want to go Toe again just because we kind of revealed that before. We don't want to get a come in on a predicted Solar Beam or something like that. So we'll just go D Knight. Can't really hurt us too bad. Yeah, so we take that pretty well. Again, we can just toxic this and then keep roosting off damage. To be honest, so far it's only revealed Heat Wave and Solar Beam, but I mean, it could toxic us back. I guess I know some nasty plot sets run that. Um, Will-O-Wisp. So yeah, I definitely would have expected Toxic over Will-O-Wisp, um, which that stinks because obviously that's going to lower our attack. So our dual wing beats aren't going to be doing much. Uh, but again, we've got Heal Bell. We've already shown Heal Bell too, so he knows that. Uh, probably just, yeah, he probably just wants to keep us from clicking dual wing beat in front of Flapple. But now we can get that Toxic off on the Flapple. That's good. So again, I definitely anticipate Flapple to be more offensive. It's probably going to be a Dragon Dance set. But we've got Lele in the back, so he can't click. He can't really click Outrage because if he locks himself into Outrage, that gives us a free Lele. Um, yeah, we'll take our burn away. Like I said, the DD, that's fine. If he let me see, is even like what Apple Acid or what's that other move? Grav Apple. Grav Apple is like super resisted. Yeah, unless he's like mixed and has Draco Meteor. But yeah, even if he is mixed in Draco Meteor, if we're at full, I mean, we're chilling. Oh wow, he does go for outrage. Okay. Well, he gets his kill, but like I said, now actually I don't even need to go. I don't even need to go Lele. Yeah, at this point in the game, I just go Weavile and click Ice Shard. Like, yeah. So Ice Shard definitely kills at this range. And if he switches into Ninetales knockoff, or he's got to fear the knockoff. Okay, yeah. So he gives us Flapple. Yeah, okay. So so we take those. I don't think Ninetales is within. Yeah, so let's see, down to 25-ish%. So Ice Shard. Ice Shard is about 15%. Um, so he's gonna go for a Heat Wave. Yo, hold up. Wait. No, what am I doing? I'm not choice band. I could just click knockoff. um, I brought a choice. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think I brought choice band too often that I keep thinking I'm locked into stuff. Okay, so that's a solid win for us. A 4-0 win against Coalsack here. Very good game. Um, I think we had answers for most of what he brought, so glad with the way that game ended up. So thanks for watching, everyone. Peace.